Hey, welcome to week 25, and I'll tell you right off, this is an important video. If you don't pay attention to it, you're probably going to lose some loot, so it's your call. All right, Saturday school this weekend, the last one before April, so, be aware. Adobe at Home, this works in a Chrome browser, and right now if you click this link at school, I got security gateway blockage yesterday. So you do it at home. You do not have a Frame account. You just sign in with your Google account in a Chrome browser and you have access to Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign. But you have to work out of your Google Drive. So you'll figure it out. All right. So the important information, we have Hunters and Healers 2, and we have new mechanics for documentation. Plus, I've given you a one-day extension for week 24. Because Friday was kind of crazy with Hunters and Healers for some of you. So the week 25, the new mechanics, read through this and, important. I've linked back here so nobody can say, hey, you never told me. We've got new bullet points, but more importantly, I kind of did an outline for you. This is probably the best way to avoid being hunted. Go ahead and use these same headings, and next week this goes to 26 and, makes sense? It goes up one every week, but read what it says and add this information in, and it includes a self-assessment for the week. Now you can't fill this in before the end of the week. You can be adding details as the week goes on. You can be adding these details as well. But this has to be at the end of the week. How well did you do on your week 24 goal? The one that pointed at week 25. This one points at week 26, the next week. So you should know about this stuff. And you should also know that the loot has been nerfed completely through the quest, and everything is now held inside store items. You cannot buy these store items before the last 10 minutes of Friday. The last day of the current week. I don't think we have any Friday holidays. So Friday would be the earliest you could buy it, the last 10 minutes of class. Remember, I get emails when you buy things. You may claim it Monday because documentation is going to spill over to the following week. But depending upon your self-assessment, that's the loot you buy for that week. You get it? Your documentation still has to be complete or you can be hunted. So that doesn't affect the loot. Hey, I got great documentation. I gave it my all. It's not the documentation you're assessing. It is your effort for the week. So, great, but now, did you really? Was it great? Okay, be honest, because I reserve the right to challenge you. Okay, and if you give it your all week long, hey, cool bonus. If you buy this outside the gateway, last 10 minutes of Friday, all day Monday, gateway violation, boom. And you certainly can't buy week 25 documentation next Wednesday. Boom. Don't do that, right? Okay, so pay attention, read the fine print there, and new Hunters and Healers. Final thing, I know it's a long video, hang in there. Hunters and Healers 2. The loot's been stripped out of 1. You may no longer go through websites in class. You may no longer go through websites in class. You may not nominate websites in class. You do that at home. Up until the last week before semester 2 progress reports, you may hunt and take notes, find your details, and then in class, you may approach someone and say, hey, let's fix your website, and hunt right there. When you hunt, make sure the hunted claims the loot before you leave. Claims, hey, sat there, help me for 5 minutes, I'll buy it. If you see, now pay attention, this is important. If you see someone going through websites, ask them what they're doing. Oh, I'm looking to nominate something for best website. I'm looking to hunt somebody. Hunt them, okay? Hunt them, claim your loot, and you're probably going to have to call me over because that individual was bogus hunting. You may not hunt in class. They're going to have to claim this one. They're not going to be happy. They didn't listen to the video. I'm not going to be happy. Guess whose side I'm going to take? All right. This will all probably require explanation. And the last thing, I haven't had enough time. I woke up in the middle of the night. I got to get back to sleep if I can. Elements and principles and color. You may work on any element, any principle, and then when it comes to color, there are color harmonies. There are the color wheel, complementary color, split complementary. You're going to find all kinds of things that you might work on and produce examples of. I want you to do a little research and then work on you start with one and then continue to work if you want. There will be scaled loot just like in the other quests. Any program, no copyright material, but here's your chance to stretch your creative muscles. All right, so I'll get that up. We'll talk about that a little more tomorrow. Sorry about the long video, but the rest of the day is yours. Have fun. Don't forget about Adobe at Home.